So he's actually blown my expectations out of the water. I love him. I literally loved him after 48 hours. I've been working as a VRC ambassador for the welfare of racehorses post-racing for a few years now, and Megan McGrath, who works at the VRC, Megan and I had always talked about what a lovely thing it would be for me to be able to retrain a horse that was a very successful racehorse. And she actually showed me about Cascadian looking for a trainer to be a Flagbearer for Godolphin, and she said, look at this video of him walking and trotting, I think he's really special. So I applied, and I wasn't sure what to expect because he's a little bit older and he'd had a few starts, but what I saw get off the track and what I've worked with is probably the nicest thoroughbred that I've seen, and he's sounder than most horses who are 4, and his temperament is outstanding. So he's actually blown my expectations out of the water. Good boy. Cass has been with me 6 weeks this Friday, so in a couple of days. He had a little bit of a spell, and then came down to me, and I've kind of just got to know him and taken my time with him, and found him to be probably one of the most trainable, tactful. He's wonderful. He's just a wonderful horse. He's really sensible. I have a bit of a joke that I'm allergic to ginger horses because they've always been quite unreasonable and hot, but he has broken the mould. He's like working with a professional from another industry, and so I feel that he knows a lot, and I just have to, explain to him what his new career is, and once he gets it, he's very professional, aren't you? It's a bit of a windy day. It's actually quite unusual that he spooks because he's usually pretty quiet, but he has occasionally come through the gate quite quickly. So we'll just quietly wander up, and then we do a bit of groundwork if he's getting a little bit full of himself. When Cass arrived, he looked around and he walked off, and then I quietly walked him past two 2-year-olds running around the paddock. Even though these horses were running around, I expected him to be a bit jig-joggy or a bit silly, and he didn't. And after 45 minutes of hand grazing him around here, usually I would put them straight into in a yard. I actually grazed him in his paddock, and then I thought, I think I can unclip this lead. And he just mooched off. He had a roll, he mooched around, and I just thought, my God, this horse has got the most incredible brain. I thought, okay, this horse this is one out of the box. He knows what he's doing. Maybe his temperament is why he's been such a successful racehorse, because he doesn't sweat the small things. He assesses what's going on. Do I need to worry about that? No, okay, I'm not worried about that. I love the fact that I hop on him and he's a real snorter. He really breathes and relaxes, and to the point where he actually groans quite a lot, and he sounds a bit like a bagpipe. Good boy. And he thinks it's a little bit scary up there through the hedge. It's like the wild woods. So we just take our time. Good boy. I found that if I just pause, let him see something, and then continue on, he's more than happy to do that. So I just have to let him, he's sensible, he knows things. I don't have to hurry him, I just let him see them. And then when I hopped on him, he's so loose and supple. So his walk is beautiful and it swings. His trot, the same thing, it just floats along. And his canter, although it's a bit of a long canter to start with, every time I've asked for a transition, it's got better. He's quicker into his transition, he's got more jump in his canter. His paces are amazing, his back is supple and soft, his mouth is soft. It's actually really quite phenomenal when I start listing all these things to find this in a horse that's had 54 starts as a 10-year-old, and he still feels as beautiful as you'd want in any horse.
Pride of Ginny at the 100, Cascadian wearing her down, Pride of Ginny at the 50, Cascadian's got up to her, Cascadian back to back.
He's also one of the only off the trackers who has voluntarily stood still for me to get on. We start off working on our one rein stop. Oh, you're so clever. Which stretches the outside of his neck, but also makes sure he understands that he doesn't need to use his under neck, he can only use the top line muscle. Good boy. And he's just got the most beautiful walk. I mean, all his paces are amazing, but he can stretch. When I first rode him, I was a bit loath to kick him because I thought if he does go, he'll be going faster than anything I've ever sat on. I don't think he's had any intention of going fast so far. So lots of suppleness, and then we practice a half halt, so getting him to stop by stopping moving my seat, so basically squeeze my bum cheeks, and he's picked that up really quickly, and then he just starts to become rounder and lift his back, and he's so good at going into a beautiful round frame and shape, and his mouth is amazingly beautiful, so soft and supple. Boy, we slow that down a little bit. Oh, good boy. And speed that up again. Well done, buddy. So I guess all the training so far has been just to, I feel like he's done it before. Like how to use his body, how to bend, how to be supple, how to go right, left, and make him feel really in control of his own steps. Very good. So there is basic, come on, his basic moves, so he can flex and bend, move his neck, move his shoulders, move his hind legs, and it all makes him, it's like yoga. Yoga for ponies, and now he's in a really lovely round shape and finds that really easy. So then we'll pop into trot and see if we're having a good fresh day in the wind. Are you ready? Because he's such a, like he's so with me, like he really trusts the people, I sort of just talk to him a lot so that he doesn't feel like he's on his own having to be the leader. Good boy. Particularly when we're going hacking or we're doing something a bit new, so he has the confidence to know I'm with him. I'm just amazed, like this is such an effortless contact, and you know, he just finds it so easy. Good boy. He's so proud of his canter transition. Got a really big canter. Good boy. And whoa. Good boy. That was an excellent transition. I grew up riding Australian Thoroughbreds, as we all did, the people of my era, and so I'm just really familiar with them. What I love the most about them is they've got an amazing work ethic. I've always evented, and so the Australian Thoroughbred was so successful with so many gold medals in eventing for the Olympic Games. You've got to have a horse that digs really deep. So Thoroughbreds to me were always light and responsive, they were brave, they have good endurance, they're really trainable, they want to do the right thing. You know, they're a breed, obviously bred for speed, so they're sharp and they quickly take things on board. I've seen them as show horses, I've evented them, I've show jumped them, and well, since having Cass, I've been taking him out and just trail riding and hacking, and he just picks everything up really quickly. So for me, I actually really love the breed because I think they can turn a hand to so many things, so it's a wonderful work ethic. They're a really good partner to have. I love him. I literally loved him after 48 hours. He's honestly like the nicest horse. He's beautifully handled. It's like, he's probably one of the nicest thoroughbreds I've had the pleasure of dealing with. And I think I'd have a Godolphin horse any day. I'd just take all of them if this is what they're like. Like he's an absolute delight. Good boy, thank you. The training I've been doing with Cass has been more holistic, so teaching him how to bend, how to be flexible, how to use his body, which he needs for dressage, show jumping, eventing, anything really. I'm trying to give him experiences that are off the arena, going trail riding, opening gates, doing pole work, and we'll progress to doing some jumping soon. Good boy. And I want to let him tell me what he enjoys doing and what his strengths are. So I'm excited. I mean, there's off-the-track dressage, off-the-track show jumping, off-the-track eventing, off-the-track showing. If he likes to show, I'll go showing. So yeah, he's such a lovely character that I'm excited to see. I think he'll probably do everything, to be honest.